Alrighty, can you guys hear me? This is saying the audio is loud and clear. There may be a little bit of noise since I have my thing plugged in to make sure that it doesn't, um, overheat. Um, Internet's not looking too great today. Sorry about that. Um, so yeah, let's pull up the art here. Should be open. Um, Let me mess with this just a little bit to see if you guys are seeing it. Um, I have this on my phone, but I'm just making sure everything works in studio. Good, everything appears to be working. Um, we have quite a to-do list today. Can you guys hear me? And there's my phone. Yay. This is saying the audio is loud and clear. The audio was indeed loud and clear. Alrighty. That's okay. Just, it's great to have you guys here. I'm gonna jump into it. So, we're starting off with Sir Kunamat's OC, Sheska. And, he can tell you some lore about her while we draw. And, yeah. So, how's everybody doing today? In the meantime. I'm personally doing pretty good. Need to turn up my correction here. I have all 6 pieces that I intend to do today queued up. I need to like divide all the files I've made into folders so that I can just open a folder for a certain day, because we have several weeks worth of requests, and that is exactly where I wanted the request list to be, so we're doing great. So yeah, let's see. Glad to hear you're doing good. It has been a crazy week for me. I have been cleaning my room so much, but, this is honestly the best my room has ever looked. And no, I'm not really gonna show you guys, because that, I don't know, I may be really proud of how it looks, but it's still kind of like my private space, you know? I'm okay with showing you guys my desk since, you know, that's more of a workspace than anything else. But, yeah, it feels really nice to be able to stream in a space like this. So, I'm excited to really break in. It's not a new, but it's kind of revamped workspace. It's great, I guess. And, yeah, so I will just turn it over to Sir Kunamat in the chat. And I'm just gonna draw. Um, okay. Like I said, I'm probably not gonna talk too much this time, because Sir Kunamet is gonna be telling you guys lore in the chat, and, I once again forgot to get myself a drink. Well, I didn't forget, it's just been a really busy morning. um, so, I'm just gonna let him tell you guys, and I'll talk more, during some of the other pieces. That does not look... That's better. I just realized I don't really have a color scheme for her. Sir Kunamet, what is she, what should I do for her color scheme? Um, I know I'm probably asking like a whole lot here, but, yeah, so, I will give you a second to tell me her color scheme and stuff, and then, while I'm doing that, I'm just gonna hop on over to this one. I ended up using a, Draw the Squad base, just so that I could fit everyone in there. I did add an extra person to the base, just to make it a little bit easier on me. Alright, black hair and pale skin. No problem. Let's hit expand 3. What color eyes? Oh, you don't know. I guess I will give you some time to figure that out. I'm just gonna go with kind of a desaturated blue, grayish, I guess, for her clothes. Then I'm gonna fill that in. I'm just gonna put a placeholder blue in for her eyes. I can totally change the color later. So I guess now we can do a background color. Green or brown could work. Ooh, we got new, brushes. Sorry about that. My drawing program updated, and for the life of me, I could not figure out what it really did other than allowing for export, for like printing and stuff. So now I know what update gave me some new brushes. That's nice. I'm just gonna bring down color there. I know this texture looks a little bit more grassy. I'm gonna try and add something kind of rocky, I guess, to it. That's interesting. About her only really having one working eye. Let me take my particle size down a whole bunch and up the scatter strength. Just to make it look a little more random and stuff. And then I'm gonna take a marker and just try and make it look a little more rocky. I'm just gonna blur it a little bit since that did not end up working out the way I hoped it would. Alright, I'm just gonna take my airbrush and do a little bit behind the name just to make it stand out a bit. And now I can go back to this one with my pen. So I used a Draw the Squad base for this one, just to make it a little bit easier on myself. The base is by Dax Ratchet on Tumblr. I had to scroll through 5 pages of Google with basically nothing but Pinterest results before I found a link that took me to a blog where someone had reblogged this, and then I finally actually found the original, which I believe I'm gonna try to link when I post this. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, scrolling through 5 pages of Pinterest links trying to find an original for this was tedious. I feel like I have sort of an unfair bias towards Pinterest because it gunks up Google search results so much. I probably wouldn't hate it nearly as much if I only had to deal with like 1 or 2 pages of Pinterest results every time I tried to look for something. But no, instead, it's basically like that all the time. And I tried to exclude Pinterest from the search, but apparently I don't know how to do that right. So as far as I can tell, these characters are Princess Arcadia and her friends. And I have an entire folder of references. So here's Arcadia herself. I forgot to draw her crown, but that's okay because it's super easy to add. That's the good thing about simple designs, is they're really easy to add stuff to. Sometimes it's hard to add something to a simple design without throwing off the simplicity of it. So there we've got her arm and her sleeve. Sorry about that. Let's just add that there, and then we've got hand like this. Just gonna try to smooth out this line a little bit more. And yeah, eventually I will have to play around with some of the new brushes that they added to this program. Because they look super cool. As far as I can tell. Maybe I'll even play around with some of the brushes at some point during this stream, who knows? Okay. Goes here, and I'll just smooth out this line. Like this. And then let's see, we've got the phone's flash here. Since no pose was really specified, that's another reason why I went for this base, because I just figured the pose wasn't that important, to the person who requested this. I also don't really know anything about these characters. I was mostly concerned with just getting the references for them, so I didn't read any backstory that may have been with their with them. Just, again, you know, sometimes you're just in a rush and trying to get stuff done. So, what you have so far about Cheska looks really cool. I thought I labeled these characters by who's who. Oh well. Alright, so the next one has the pink curly hair like this. Let's see, I guess some of this might be out of character. But, again, I just thought it would be a cute thing to do with these characters. So let's see, we've got this exaggerated pout, and then I am gonna draw her eyebrows through, visible through her hair, just to make sure that the expression carries over. There we go. Nothing new in chat. That's okay. Let's see. Just gotta keep drawing this character. I'm sorry if I started a little late. Like I said, today's been pretty busy, but it's a good busy. I'm not really sure if I should talk about it online. I will ask about whether I can talk about it later. But yeah, it's busy, but it's good. Let's see, those of you who follow me on Instagram have probably already seen the manatee that I painted for some of the decorations at the community center. I was immediately followed by at least one manatee themed blog, or not blog, but Instagram account. Let's see, how is this expression supposed to go? I'm not sure which character design this is, but actually, let me try and see which one it is. I do believe it's the blue one. No, it's not. Oh. Okay, yeah, the blue one's in the back. Green? Yeah, green looks right. No, that's the green one. Maybe it's the other blue one. Yeah, I think it's the other blue one. So, I'm just gonna make it more apparent that that is a curl. Exaggerated shapes really don't seem to be my forte here. But, Again, when it comes to who's who in this, I'm just kind of taking my best guess based on the source material and their character designs. So I probably have it all wrong, but that's okay. We've got our thumb here. We can dash in a little bit of hatching for the shading. Cheska likes fluffy stuff, huh? How does she feel about Artemis? Let's see. Let's look at the one with the cowboy hat now. Sorry. She does seem to have gotten kind of buried in here. So, let's see. She's got her hair that looks like this. I'm probably going to take some liberties with her face just to make it show up some more. There we go. A little better. And then, of course, she's got her bandana down there. Now we can get the blue one and the green one in. Let's just add that nose. And then this is the one that I actually had to add by hand because the original reference was one character short, but it's easier sometimes to just add one character to something that's already pre-existing than it is to try and come up with 6 poses when you don't really know the characters or how they interact. So she's got a bit of a duck face going on there. What to talk about? Actually, what time is it? Okay, we're about halfway through. That is good. We're doing good. I'm doing pretty well. How are you? I'm just not really sure what to talk about. I guess, since I talked about it a little bit last week, I still have the My Little Pony the movie theme or soundtrack stuck in my head because it is way too catchy. I mean, I guess it kind of, you know how sometimes there are things that are they really shouldn't be as catchy as they are? I guess My Little Pony has kind of the right to be catchy because it's My Little Pony. They do a song like every single episode. So of course they'd really break out the songwriting stuff for the movie, but it's catchier than Pokemon Live, so Um, and I mean, Pokemon Live is where the Double Trouble song comes from. So, take that how you will. Let's see. This character that I am posing green, or the character that I'm using for green's pose was a male in the original reference. I slimmed down the shoulders a bit and tried to make it look a little more feminine. But, you know, sometimes you try your best and don't succeed. So, but yeah, this character is a girl. So, we'll just work with it how it is. I think I could probably stand to give her some bottom eyelashes. I know usually I try to respond to stuff pretty quickly after I post it, or after these streams. I'm not gonna be able to respond too quickly to anything though, today or tonight. Just again, because of stuff that's going on today. But that's okay. Moment of truth, let's actually see. Yay, the line art is all closed. That is really good. So I'm just gonna select that, and then I'm going to select this. Aww, that's a cute story, or that's kind of a cute detail to know about them. About Artemis having a crush on Cheska. Let's hit layer here. No, I come on, I want this fill to reference my layer. There we go. Now I can hit protect alpha, and I can go to my reference and color select to fill in everything. Alright, there's green. And she kind of has a gradient going on in her hair. So I'm just going to select this area. And I'm gonna go over here. And I'm just gonna use my airbrush a little bit. And mess around with gradient a little. And then she's also got this darker color over here. And then she's got this color for her eyes. And I think for this I am just going to use pure white for the eyes, just to make it easier. this can actually be transparent. Oh yeah, Sir Kunaman and I have been watching Voltron through this service called Rabbit that, lets you screen share, but specifically for watching movies and stuff together. We are on season 1, we're almost to the season finale. And, yeah, so far it's really good. I've already watched pretty much everything. I've already watched the whole show, so, I have to be careful not to spoil anything because Sir Kunamet's only at the season 1. But, yeah, I feel like seasons 3 and 4 were kind of disappointing. But, season 5 is just chock full of so much. So I really can't wait to see more of what's going on. I can't wait to see how Sir Kunamet, how you react to later seasons. There's one episode in season 2 I think you're really gonna like. Well, for me, the 2 best episodes in season 2 are, and I believe Blade of Marmora is in season 2, but I believe you're gonna like the Blade of Marmora and Space Mall the best. Space Mall is my personal favorite, for reasons that will be obvious once you see it. But Blade of Marmora is also a really good episode. Assuming it is in season 2. I think it is. It should be. I believe it's actually after Space Mall. So, like, maybe not directly after. Or no, wait. I don't know. Seasons 2 and 3 are kind of running together for me. Like, I'm really not sure if, because I feel like Lotor wasn't introduced until season 3. But I know that they were dealing with him when they met the Blade of Marmora. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I just need to continue rewatching the show so that I can get events straight. Yeah, Blade of Marmora would have had to be in season 3 because they were dealing... No, it would have had to be in season 2. I'm sorry, I'm trying not to spoil too much. But there's a thing that I remember them having trouble with, and I'm not gonna say it because just saying it might technically be a spoiler. I guess saying they're being followed isn't a spoiler. It would make sense. But, they're being followed. And, that's why they are hesitant to go to the Blade of Marmora. And, that's why the Blade of Marmora is hesitant to have them there. but they figure out how not to be followed, and I think that would put Blade of Marmora in season 2. I hope. But, yeah, I honestly, like, I really hope I'm right about when stuff happens. Just because. I'm just gonna use this to fill that out. I still can't wait to see your reaction to Blade of Marmora and Space Mall. I'm hesitant to even mention some of the episode titles in seasons 4 and 5. Just because I think once it gets to that point, just some of the episode titles are probably spoilers. But Space Mall and Blade of Marmora are in season 2, and I think that they reveal little enough that it shouldn't be a problem to mention them. Space Mall is a really funny episode. Without spoiling anything, my favorite section is the one with Hunk. Should I mention... it's weird talking about, should I mention this or not? Because I can't really ask if I should mention it, because then if I shouldn't, you already know. Let's just say the ShamWow guy makes an appearance. So that was a pretty interesting section too. Hopefully that didn't spoil anything. I'm not even gonna tell you who meets him. But, like, he doesn't just make an appearance, he has a plot-relevant, role in the episode, too. But yeah, ShamWow guy is there. I feel like, had Billy Mays still been alive, they would have tried to go for Billy Mays, but Billy Mays was not alive, so they didn't. Alright, so now we have to get the other blue person here. Oh, this should work. Yeah, that works. What time is it? Yeah, I might not have enough time to finish the next one, in which case I will probably actually skip around so that I do have something that I can do. So let's open up Sydney the Cowgirl's outfit here. I believe I can put her jeans here. And then she's got this red bandana, which I'm just gonna color there. And then she's got her orange hair. And her skin tone. And her hat. And green eyes. Yeah, the season finale is pretty good. I hope that without spoiling it, it's intense. You learn things about the plot. You've probably already seen the episode title, so yeah, the episode title does give you a pretty good hint what it's about. Wait, what's the really now in response to? Are you being sarcastic or? Because I keep forgetting the live stream is laggy. But, yeah, I'm excited about this. Or just in general. I feel like I'm just a very excited person. But that's okay. Alright. That should be good. And then I'm just gonna do a pink to purple gradient for the background. And then, oh yeah, I need to fill in the camouflage with some white. That would help. And then, let's see, we'll make the camera dark. And even darker for the lens. There we go. Yeah, that looks good. So I'm just going to save this, and then I'm gonna go over here. And since we've got 10 minutes left, this one was just supposed to be an edit. So first things first, we are going to just make sure that it is completely black and white by taking out all the saturation. Then I'm going to play with the tone curves a little bit because I want it to have a whole lot of contrast. There we go. And yeah, the stream is pretty far behind. So, yeah. So now down here, I'm going to color in with white. Okay, so yeah. This really does need to have the contrast upped. Because what we're gonna do later is we're going to extract some lines from it. And we're just gonna try to make it really pop so that I can color it in later. Yeah, the ShamWow guy, I really did not expect him either. I didn't even really realize it was him. I thought that they had someone doing an impression of him, but nope, it was the actual ShamWow guy. Um, so yeah, ShamWow guy is actually part of the, is actually part of that episode. So, that is indeed a thing. Actually, what if I undo all this? And then let's try filter extracting lines. We'll make it very, very pale. Try to keep some of the contrast there. Okay. Now let's duplicate it. Merge, duplicate again. Okay, so there was... Hold on, I'm gonna try this one more time. Alright, so let's try filter, toner. Let's bring it as far up as we can. Try to make it as close to pure white as we can get.